Hey gang, welcome back to Post Family Pilgrimage. On this episode, Susanna and I head down to New Orleans, Louisiana. On this episode, I want you to see 3 awesome things that we found that are, I feel like, must-sees when you are down in New Orleans, Louisiana. Or if you're headed there, if you're packing up and you're thinking about going there, I want you to check out these 3. So the French Quarter is one of them. Bourbon Street's on there. That's an incredible experience as well. But the second thing really for us was the swamp tours, and that was just unbelievable. It was so cool. And the third one is the World War II Museum. So all of these things we crunched into 3 days total. I would recommend 3 days minimum probably for each one if you have the time. But this is a trip Susanna and I just made. We headed down there to spend some time with her friends, other teachers of the year from 2021. Susanna was the Arkansas Teacher of the Year. And so every year we have a reunion, or they have a reunion. And as her +1, I got to go. And so we went down there, we had a blast. And so that is this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Too ugly. Good morning, YouTubers. We'll show you out here what it looks like this morning. Oh, if I can unlock the door. Turn this around. So there is the convention center. Here you can see it. Pretty cool. This is right here. Oh, look, cool. Got a swimming pool. What we didn't know was when we arrived at the Embassy Suites in downtown New Orleans, there was a family reunion of over like 250 people. There was also a high school reunion of class of 98, so it was their 25-year reunion. And then the Teacher of the Year 2021 reunion, and there were over 24 or 25 of them. And then everybody brought their +1. So a lot of people. And so for the breakfast time in the lobby was always insane. 300 minimum trying to eat breakfast in an area that probably is used to about 100, 150 on just like a normal basis. So that's what was going on right here.
Waiting.
Yeah. And it goes all the way over there.
So our sponsors is called the Humble Hustle. They actually paid for our welcome dinner last night. They gave us $500 towards this. So we just want to, the Humble Hustle is like a mentoring program in my school district. They actually come to my school and I just asked them and it's like absolute. So we just want to do like a cool like thank you Humble Hustle, and then it's going to be posted on social media. If you guys can kind of blast them, just telling them thank you.
All right, we're getting some pictures up here on the balcony.
Yeah. We've got a cool little balcony.
And let's see, I'm gonna adjust the ISO here. Really is cool. Bless you.
It's season since we got here.
You got a train going through. Oh, there's a bad wreck. Right up there. Lord be with them. That's crazy. Where we at?
We're in New Orleans, walking to the French Quarter.
Yeah, we're officially
It is hot.
Yeah.
Hi YouTube.
We're with the
I'm their
Swan
adopted son.
That's right.
and the Thames. Did you get lost, yours?
I just kept walking. I didn't know we stopped.
No, sorry.
You're going to be on Post Family Pilgrimage.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got the dead cat on top.
That's right. Yeah. Or mouse, whatever.
Yeah. The mustache.
What you got? Oh
It's
yeah.
very soft.
Amen.
So the place that we ate yesterday came out.
I don't know. You're dancing. You're like,
Holy cow.
This is so amazing. Take that.
Hope this is that low carb, fat free.
It is.
This
Thank
one's so
you.
amazing.
It should taste even better.
ma'am, would you be willing to take a picture of us?
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, so that's where we ate. There's the boat. You say you didn't even know? That's exactly.
To be that small.
All right, where are we?
We are at Cafe du Monde,
Okay, which is what?
famous home of the beignets. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the sugar because of the movie.
Okay, we are here at the famous Cafe du Monde in New Orleans, Louisiana. Mr. Swan, you're about to have your first beignet, yes?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, so
It's gonna be cold though.
in your your former days, why would you not have had a beignet or eaten
Because of the powdered sugar. So I don't eat powdered sugar because of the movie, Flowers from the Attic. In that movie, the adult is poisoning the children with it looks like powdered sugar. Ever since that movie in the early 1990s, I've never eaten powdered sugar.
But you're going to today.
No.
No.
So you're going to have a cold beignet
Yes.
sans powdered sugar.
We'll do it. We'll take it. Can you say that again? I loved how you said it.
What, 2 cafe au lait and
Yeah.
quarters of beignets?
There we go. You had a little accent there. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
Here?
Oh, here, Fort Lauderdale. Love it here.
Gotcha. We got some cups.
What do we order? 2 medium. 4 medium. I'm sorry, 4 medium. Yes. Heard that. I'm going to give you 40.
All right, let's see this.
I just looked at her and I was like, oh, I left my sunglasses at the restaurant. She said, no, you did not. They're on your head. Yes, no, I was definitely not. What was it? This here?
Yep. That's where we had lunch. Yeah.
Ya más gente mayor con ese proyecto, pudiendo estar tranquilo. Esa viene cuando quiera, porque esa no tiene por ahí que le cuadra toda la vibración. No la generación por la mamá tuya, yo por el Hay auto para poder ir. ¿Cuándo que estaba allí? Estaba allá. ¿Qué vas a hacer con él? ¿Por qué de baile? ¿Qué es esto? Sí, pero no dije que va para afuera, que no quiere. Sí, pues me lo dijo, yo estaba allá, pues me lo dijo, pero yo quería estar. Ella la se enfadó y ahí ven que andando. Oye, ¿qué
There was one that had an imperfection. She like cut it off and then that stuff. She rubbed some of that on and then got one of his clippings and patched it.
En 4 semanas yo salgo ahí a la fábrica, yo tenía, ellos pagaban después.
Uh-huh.
That's where WW2 comes from.
Cameroon is the rapper. Oh, there you go. All right, what are we doing?
Here we go, in these swamps.
We are doing the swamp tour.
And John will not be swimming with alligators today.
That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna be swimming with alligators today. Yo, if I don't find a bathroom, see where it's gonna get real.
Come on, guys. Believe me, you're
All right. We're doing this, getting on a swamp boat.
Brooke, is Portia coming? Yeah, she said she just got here.
Well, there's a swamp.
I bet you and Harper might want to see. We're about to go on a swamp tour.
Oh, there, yeah, there she is. Yeah.
Quick. Oh, okay. You want to see it?
I'm going to be your tour guide today. Y'all have any questions at all during this tour, make yourselves feel at home, just yell them out to me. There's no stupid questions out here. That's a challenge.
That's a challenge.
But y'all, before we really, let's just keep it kid friendly. That's something that I'm really sad that I have to say on tours, but I have to say that nowadays. So
driving that one?
That was my last tour yesterday afternoon.
R.I.P. Come on, Brett.
This is my comeback tour. Let's see how this one goes. That was a lot of paperwork, man. I was up all night.
I was up all night with paperwork.
400 people in them, only 22 of them were living. So what she had said came true. Until today, a lot of people think she cursed this area. I think she got lucky with a prediction. Y'all, the reason people think this place is haunted is not because this area is cursed. People think this place is haunted because after that storm, they made a bunch of mass graves. And we're going to pass one of those mass graves today. Some people were just buried out in the swamp and there's no markers for them. They're just, you know, unmarked graves all over the place. People who claim to see and hear paranormal stuff, some people claim they hear cries for help. They go search and they can't find nobody. Some people claim to see apparitions. One in particular is a lady in a blue dress. Alligators will go through 2,000 to 3,000 teeth in their lifetime. They just constantly regenerate teeth. So the marshmallow is kind of what we can give them that gets what we want accomplished. I want to be able to show you all alligators, but it does the least effect to them.
That was easy eating right there.
Yes. Slow and steady.
Like your man.
He's got gators in front of the boat.
Who doesn't like this? That's a big
You put it right next to that alligator, you'd just be able to glance at them and tell it's a different animal. One of the first things you notice is that they're a different color. Everybody
right
thinks
forward.
alligators are green. Alligators are more of a brown or black color. Crocodiles are more of that green color. Alligators have a short, rounded head. Crocodiles have a long, pointed one. And when an alligator has his mouth shut, you're not going to see his bottom teeth. His bottom teeth will fit into the roof of his upper jaw. A crocodile's bottom teeth will overlap, and you'll see all of them when they have their mouth shut. Crocodiles, y'all, some species of crocodiles are much, much larger and much, much more aggressive than alligators. The largest an alligator is going to get is going to be about 15 feet. Saltwater crocodiles, Nile crocodiles, y'all, those animals get 22, 23 foot long. They don't have a fear of humans. They consider us part of their food chain. Completely different animals.
Great.
And y'all, they got some raccoons up here. That's Rocky the raccoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
That boat in front of us threw corn out, y'all. He throws corn out to the raccoons. And we'll see raccoons and we'll see feral hogs here a lot too. We saw some feral hogs yesterday. Hopefully we run into some on the tour.
That's right.
No colors tonight.
Y'all, is anybody from Texas? Oh, y'all know the problem we have with feral hogs. Texas has a giant problem too.
Yep.
Y'all, the pigs, they're really cool when we get to see them on tour, but they are a nuisance. Any animal that lives in a regular forest can live in a swamp. They've all adapted to live in this kind of softer environment, but we have bobcats, foxes, coyotes, white-tailed deer. We do have black bear in Louisiana. The Louisiana black bear is actually making a wonderful comeback right now. It's probably about a 9-foot alligator right there.
Stay there.
Of course, I see you keeping your distance from me.
I am. You can see I took a step forward.
took a little lean.
You took a step back.
Of course, I heard that. You got surgeon length.
Why are they paired up so much?
It's just because we feed them right here. That's the only reason why. They're actually not a social animal.
Okay.
But because, y'all, so this swamp has more alligators than any swamp I've ever worked in. It's not uncommon, y'all, to see 20 alligators in a 200-yard area out here. They're not doing anything social. We just have a very small area that we can feed alligators. You're only allowed to feed alligators on private property. You're not allowed to feed them on public property. We come up here and make a left. We're not. Y'all, this is a canal. There's no body of water in Louisiana that's natural, that's straight like a canal. Canals are always dug for certain reasons. This canal has been widened significantly over the years. It was originally hand dug by the townspeople of Fernier. There's a levee down there that we're going to talk about in a little bit. Before that levee was there, this canal went straight to a railroad track. They used to float barges in here, and what they would do, fill the barges with whatever they were trying to sell, bring it to that railroad track. They could sell their goods all the way from New Orleans to Chicago because of this levee.
What were the three again?
So it has to be formed naturally, have a constant moving current, and it has to be navigable.
Okay. Constant moving current.
How deep is it here?
It's usually about 5 or 6 foot, but our water is about 2 foot low right now. Like, I'm actually, it dropped a lot overnight. I'm concerned I won't be able to get to where I usually get to all the way in the back here, but we're gonna try.
Why is it?
The wind. So we move with the tide a little bit, but y'all, when we have a lot of this wind blowing, what happens, it blows all the water into the lake. This wind starts blowing from the east, it'll blow all the water in here. So, wow. Place, y'all. These were very important for the state of Louisiana. The trees don't rot, don't decay, and termites don't eat them. So everybody wanted to build out of cypress. Y'all, they were logged so heavily that in the 1950s they made it illegal to log cypress. They were almost completely logged out. Cypress, I called those bigger trees, but as far as cypress are concerned, y'all, that looks like a small great egret right there. See that white bird? As far as cypress are concerned, y'all, the trees we have out here are babies. Cypress are in the same family as the redwoods, and Spanish moss is native to us. It gets its name from Native Americans. The Native Americans down here genetically couldn't grow facial hair. Never seen anybody with a beard. The Spaniards came through, they had these big gray beards, they thought they made masks out of the stuff hanging out the trees. So they named it Spanish mask. Over the years, mask got changed to moss, and that's how it got its name.
Really?
People used to use that. People actually used to make their living with that. They'd take it off the trees, they'd put it in these big bags and put it underwater for a couple days. That'll kill it. The gray stuff will turn black, and then they'll set it in the sun, let the sun beat down on it. And once that sun beats down, that outside layer kind of flakes off and you have just the inside left. That was used to stuff mattresses, pillows, seats of old Ford Model Ts, early home insulation. There was tons of uses for that. So, y'all, those look like lesser blue herons, those two darker birds that flew.
Call Tim when you need it.
Alligator, this guy is almost 2 years old. Can y'all hear me all right if I don't use that microphone? Good. So, y'all, I am going to pass them around the boat. I am going to let y'all hold them, take pictures, ask any questions you have, y'all, anything at all. A couple things we do need to go over before we do this. This is probably a much more delicate animal than what you think. He does not feel like a tire. They have a very, very soft bottom and sides. When you hold them, don't actually squeeze them. Just kind of let them sit in the palm of your hand. I like to put one finger on each side of his head in front of his paws. That stops him from trying to crawl. Support the base of his tail. Y'all, if he feels supported like this, he probably won't even try to move, y'all.
Now, I want to tell y'all about farms too. I told you he comes from a farm, we'll go back to a farm. See how farms started in the 1960s? Alligators went endangered around 1960. They were being hunted very heavily. Was extremely valuable. By 1965, alligators were on the brink of extinction. We started having farms, and what the farms do, it was known as Acadia, so originally they were called the Acadians. The Acadians, y'all, were doing fine until 1711. 1711, the British took over that part of the country. They didn't like the Acadians. They were about to go back to war with the French. They were worried Acadians would raise arms against the British. So they gathered them up and they said, look, they said, we're going to let y'all stay. If you change religions, bow down to our queen and raise arms against the French with us. To put it nicely on a family tour, the Acadians told them no thank you. And a lot of them left. Some of them were exiled, y'all, but the ones that left on their own wanted to come back into French-owned territory. So their choice was Louisiana. So that's what brought them down here. Right before they got here, Louisiana was sold to the Spanish. So they get here, it's Spanish-owned territory. The Spanish didn't like the Acadians, so the Acadians moved to the lower lying areas, around the bayous, around the rivers. They befriended Native Americans. Native Americans taught the Acadians how to hunt, trap, fish, and how to live down here off the land. And until today, that's where you're going to find a majority of your Acadian population. This is the lower lying areas of Louisiana. Most Acadians make their living on the water still. The culture down here is extremely strong. There is a different language that's spoken down here that you might have heard of called Cajun French. Not very many people speak Cajun French anymore. I do not speak Cajun French. Y'all, Cajun French is kind of a dying language. There's actually only one person I know who speaks Cajun French and speaks it in public, and it's a guy who works here. His name's Tom. Y'all, Cajuns were always kind of looked down upon. They're always a lower class. It was illegal to speak Cajun French in public until 1960 in the state of Louisiana. And what ended up happening is a lot of your older generation Cajuns didn't want their kids to speak it. They wanted their kids to speak English, and they wanted them to get ahead in life, and they thought by doing that, you just speak English, you let the old stuff go. My grandpa was 94 years old. He died about 6 months ago. He was the last person in my family who could speak Cajun French. I never in my life heard him say a word other than English. The only reason I know he could speak it is because my dad told me. My dad told me he could speak it, and my dad told me he used to beat them if they tried to speak French around the house. That's how serious they were about trying to keep, to their kids learn English and learn it well. Now, y'all, Creole.
And they text me that I'm going to Starbucks.
All right, so we did the swamp tour. We've packed up from that. We're back at the room. This is our last time kind of viewing the room from here because we are headed to the World War II Museum to go check all that out. All right, Susanna's getting our tickets. This is one of the original planes that flew Normandy on D-Day.
I've been telling about it for years.
the Higgins. The size of those tires. It's crazy. Just like on the movie. So he's steering it from back there. They're coming straight this way. And then they drop the cable on this. Stopped right there. It says start here, and you get your dog tag. So we got our dog tags. Jana's got her dog tag. And we're waiting here at the Union Pacific.
Actual troops had during their travels during World War II. The main difference between theirs and your experience is they got on moving cars. Yours won't move, and theirs were never air conditioned while you're in.
And enjoy the ride.
Oh, that's cool. You can feel it.
I landed on D-Day with the 1st Infantry Division on Omaha Beach. Our Higgins boat hit a sandbar, and we jumped into the water and immediately went in over our heads. We struggled to make it to shore through the relentless gunfire, but all 12 of my men fought hard, and 6 hours later, we safely reached the hills.
I shipped overseas to Edinburgh, Scotland. We had to be in good shape, so we trained by walking and hiking with all of our gear.
They brought us our lifeline, paid with their own.
So this is the road to Tokyo.
Success in the Pacific depends on their ability to create great victories in no time and out of nothing. These
That flag was at World War II on Normandy on D-Day.
Despite this overwhelming sacrifice, the Allies' road to Berlin will not pass through Italy. That fight is taking place elsewhere.
Get Salerno. God almighty, that's when things started. All hell broke loose.
At 04:39 hours, Major Dewhurst takes the controls of his B-26 Marauder, one of 54 planes the 386 will fly on the mission. They take off from their base at Great Dymo, England, and climb into the cloudy darkness, crossing the English Channel toward a waiting enemy at Utah Beach.
Filled with grim fighting and a superhuman effort on the part of the American soldier. If he moves, shoot.
You, war's over, partner. The Battle of the Bulge was the largest engagement in the history of the U.S. Army. Over 600,000 American soldiers.
Susanna. Uh-huh. This is the overexposed. Super small area. Plane drive pilot up there, gunner. That's crazy. This would be a gun. The Dodge. The Dodge ambulance. Pretty cool truck. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yep. All right, I would say that my favorite part of that was the film by far, and then just seeing all the clothes they wore, all that kind of stuff. It was pretty awesome. I will say that I would recommend it, highly recommend it. Do it again. I was bummed that we could not have our cameras in the Disney area, so they told us to turn off the cameras in the Disney area.
They told us Disney was watching and they'd sue us.
Yes, they would sue us because Disney's watching. Disney's always watching. Look at all that Louisiana bugs. That's what Susanna's doing too. We ran out of the bug juice, water, windshield wiper fluid, so now we're really gonna get it. All right, she's going to do her thing, and I'm gonna eat some breakfast.
Mushroom and ham.
Hold up, I'll get it.
Boom, just drop that. All right, so I'll try this again. We got in at 2 a.m. and Susanna woke me up at 7 a.m. So today is conference day.
Yes.
Where are we?
We are in Hot Springs, and I'm about to go to Dusty's Summit Conference, do a little A-Toy presentation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
And I'm gonna eat this here omelet and go back to bed. All right, gang, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do us a huge favor if you haven't done so already. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one.